Boker Tov. So quickly we try to make this recording. It's going to be Shabbat later on today, so we'll say to you Shabbat Shalom when it comes, and try to be most careful, safe, and on alert. And we want to say a couple of things. First of all, that woman at our beloved Rothschild family banking house that tried to kill me and my beloved came up to feet, and our beloved family city people. She's really wrong and she's really guilty. The angel said she was guilty. When our Uncle Dad's wife was dying, Mr. Sid, that they told us that she was a hit person actually from the bad USA and American government and from Nazi Germany, and she came to try to kill us all, basically. So just let you know that too, and that she was guilty of hurting our beloved Abadod Nasik Karmi's wife. So we want to tell you that too. She drove a Ferrari, his wife. He bought her a Ferrari. She wanted a Ferrari. That's the red car that he bought for her. And one day we were walking from the synagogue, and the woman comes. She says, "Oh," she says, "You must be rich. How much was that?" He said, "Was it about 200,000 something like that?" And our Uncle Dad said, "It's his wife's car." He said he bought it for his wife. And our beloved Dodi Ema said, "Yes, and that's my husband." They said she knew that the woman was going to try to hurt her. But so that's what happened. And so the angel said that she was guilty, and she's suspected of hurting our two other uncles. They said our uncle that was murdered in the back of the house by some crazy person that shot him, our beloved Rothschild's Uncle Dad, and then our other Abado, who's king of Switzerland, who was murdered by Quatre pieces of poison tea. So he just want to let you know that too. And there's something wrong with this woman. Okay, but she tries to say she's me and all kinds of things, and she tries to say that she was my beloved king of Shabbat. We know that she's not. Okay, but there's a fake person that was going around trying to say, trying to take my beloved king of Shabbat's identity with that woman and HAFTORAH, and I remember him. We remember him. He had enough to show up, but the bank was catching the man. He just looked anything like my beloved king of Shabbat. And I was sitting outside, and one day he showed up, and he started to run, and I knew that it wasn't my beloved Shabbat because Shabbat had already been hurt, and also he doesn't look anything like Shabbat. So we just let you know too. And he threatened Shabbat's life. He threatened my beloved Shabbat's life, saying, he said he knew he didn't look anything like him, and he threatened his life, threatened to take his life. We just want to let you know that too. He was trying to take the identity of my beloved Shabbat, and she was trying to take my identity, and Pastor Charles was trying to take the identity of my beloved Shabbat. So we just want to let you know that too. And so now, obviously, they've been caught. They said the back of harasses, and all the harlot people keep harasing, and obviously, with all the back of harasses, and keep trying to take our things, and all the bad people try to kill us. Basically, and so we just let you know to see. During my kidnap abduction, I was taken to one of our banks in France, and we told you that we had rescue songs, and it was when they were playing My Sharia more, and they kept playing it, and the kids were saying, "Why do you keep playing every radio station that song is on? Why do you keep playing that?" And they were still able to kidnap me and snatch me out of the country because they had help. It was around the time that Mitterrand tried to take our banks along with the bad American government, and Beyonce, President Clinton, son-in-law, and Pastor Charles had something to do with that. They were helping to try to steal our banks. So, and I remember before that in school, I would go there sometimes and stay with Dad, my beloved Rothschild's birthday. I would go and stay with them sometimes, and go to school there sometimes, and so I was already married to my beloved Shabbat, and it started when they started trying to take our things and harass, like you see, and harass us on the streets, they were harassing Dad, and threatening to kill Dad. The bad Americans, all USA criminal people, what they call their secret, we call it secret criminals, they're secret service people, but bad. They are not good. They were threatening to try to give my beloved birth dad, beloved Rothschild's dad, either an aneurysm or a heart attack. So when we released the information many years later, we gave the information in the newspaper 2 feeds. First it said a heart attack, then it said aneurysm, and we're just letting you know that they killed Dad, and he died a long time ago, before I was kidnapped and before my abduction, before the kidnapping and abduction of me and my beloved sister, TV. And so this is it. But they started like that, harassing on the streets, and like you see now, trying to bad USA American government was involved because Beyonce, President Planet Beyonce, and Imposter Charles were trying to take our banks, and they're trying to store money. So that's what you see here. They're trying to say they're trying to do the same thing, but they're not going to do that because they go away. And our beloved Rothschilds down with the white hair, he got our banks back. Because it said, so don't try to take the money of other people. Because it said, a bank is where you house and protect the money of people. Because it said, and these bank robbers come and try to steal our money and other people's money, and it just doesn't work because that's not what you're supposed to do. And the bank robbers go to jail. So I just want you to let you know that too. So now we wanted to tell you what they had done and what they tried to do. But the bad people were being arrested. They said, you see the Torah scroll. I like to show you things that are holy, because our beloved God alone is awesome. And our beloved God alone has made us to win. And so we just want to let you know that too. Okay, so my beloved and to be, and our time makes the people, to the people, the benefits of God's kingdom that lasts forever and ever, never destroyed. And to the people, we're good. And the animals are good, and we live for eternity. And our beloved God alone is over us and sent his high angels, and angels did not fall to render service of beloved God alone to help me and my beloved sister commit chapter SHABBAT. And our beloved family and considered people, and the beautiful animals of our large kingdom, and our brother's kingdom lasts forever and ever, never be destroyed, never be transferred. Let people live for eternity. And our people hurt come back in the resurrection, and they also live for eternity. As we're all separate, our love God is God alone. So just let you know that too. Now we'll talk to you as soon as we can. We'll try to get the PARSHOT and have a wonderful and safe Shabbat. And we'll talk to you later.